Hi everyone. In today's lesson we're going to learn how to use technology to do a confidence interval for the difference between two medians, and then we're going to get some practice at interpreting that. Finally, you'll have a go at doing it yourself. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is hopefully you've got your email open already, and you're going to open up that spreadsheet popliteal lengths. And you're going to copy the data from it. So if you click on the first box and then scroll down, and then shift click will highlight the data, and then control C to copy that. Okay, then open up another tab, and the website you're going to go to is moodle.thameshigh.school.nz/grapher. And here's the tool that we're going to use. This is going to do an instant confidence interval. Okay, so we've got that, hide that, paste table, Control V to paste it in there, and import our data, and here we go. This is information about the popliteal lengths of a sample of students at Kāri College. We also know whether the students were a male or female. So we're going to do a confidence interval for what is the difference in medians between a median popliteal length between males and females at Kāri College. So we've got our data, our x variable, the thing that we measured is popliteal length, and the y variable is gender. Graph type, we're going to bootstrap confidence interval for the median. Doesn't take long, eh? Now what we're going to do is we're going to, well, let's just have a quick look at it. Up here is the data from our actual sample, and down here is our confidence interval. First of all, we're going to give this a proper title. So we'll give it the title, which is our problem. What is the difference between in median popliteal length between males and females at Kāri College? X-axis, on the x-axis is popliteal length, but let's make sure we have units with that, centimeters. On the y-axis is gender. Everything's got good capitals. Okay, update that graph. Alright, so once you've got your graph there, it's got a good title, the units are set, then we are going to copy that image, and I'm going to put it into a Word document just so that I can write on it, but you'll do it in a Google Doc probably. Okay, and here it is. Okay, there are a few things to make sure that we know about, and that is that each little dot on this graph here, each one of those dots is a person, and it's on the graph at their particular popliteal length. That's different to this graph here. On this graph here, each dot is a difference in medians from a resample. So remember we did that activity in class where you took a resample, randomly picked again, and got the median. And then up on the board we took the medians, two different medians from boys and girls, and worked out what the difference was. Okay, so let's just be clear. At this dot here, on this graph here, that is a popliteal of 25 centimeters. That's quite different to over here, this dot here is at about, let's call it -3 centimeters. This means in a resample, the females had a median 3 centimeters higher than the males. How do I know that it's females bigger than the males at -3? Well, under here is where it tells me that information here. That's not a hyphen just there, that's actually a takeaway. So, to get a negative value, our female median would have to be bigger than our male median. So we took a sample, a resample, we took the male median and the female median, and we said male median take away female median, that is the difference in medians for that resample. Okay. So we're going to do an analysis of this, and I'm ready to do that on the next page here. Here's our analysis. We've already done in a lesson the analysis of the box and whisker plots. We did those OSIM statements on the 4 bullet points, and the focus of today's lesson is not on that. So I'm just going to crop that particular one out. See you later. Done. And we'll do our analysis solely on the confidence interval. Okay, so let's just remind ourselves of what this confidence interval means. See here how we've got this 4. That means that in our particular sample, the male median was bigger by 4. This -1 here, that's the lowest difference that we would expect to have between the medians back in the population. And this 8 here, that's the biggest difference that we'd expect to see back in the population. So what this 1 here, it's -1 means, is that back in the population, we could expect that the median could be 1 centimeter higher for females. And over here, the 8, all the way through to, we could expect it to be up to 8 centimeters higher for males. So remember, a confidence interval is whereabouts, what kind of range do we think we would find the median or the difference between the two medians to be back in the population. We took a whole lot of resamples to give us an idea of what the different samples would look like, and then we crossed off the top and the bottom extreme 2.5%. And we left the middle 95%. We said if we could take 1,000 samples, then the middle 95% of those would tell us roughly what we think is happening in the population. And that's unfortunate for this investigation because it spans 0. That means that we could expect back in the population, we might find it could be higher for females, higher for males, or it could in fact be a difference of 0. They could be exactly the same. Okay, so we need to find a way to put that into words. And I'm going to do that down here on another page. Okay, so here we go. Analysis of this confidence interval. First of all, we could say it is reasonable to say that the difference in median popliteal length between the males and females at Karikari College is -1 centimeters to 8 centimeters. Then we could say this means that we could expect the median popliteal length at Karikari College to be between 1 centimeter larger for females to 8 centimeters larger for males. Or they could even be the same. And finally, what does this really mean? Well, because the confidence interval spans 0, we can't make a call that either gender has a larger median popliteal length at Karikari College. And that's it. Right here in this box that I'm about to draw is the point of our lesson today, and it's really the answer to any investigation that starts with a problem. I wonder if there's a difference between. Now, just as we finish, I want to point out some important things that I've put in my writing. I've made sure that it's always the median popliteal length that I'm talking about, because it's really important that we're talking about, or that we know that our investigation is about median popliteal lengths. It's not about the popliteal lengths anymore of individual students. Other things that I have made the effort to put into, I've made sure that I always include my population in my writing. I make sure that I've always included the two groups that I'm comparing. And finally, I make sure that I always use units. Great, so this is the end of the video and you've got an exercise to do. Thanks for watching and have fun.